Hey, what's going on, guys? It's 2 playing NegativeAE, and welcome back to Steins Gate. Last we left off, we had just time leaped to 2 days before we actually made the time machine, or the time leap machine, so we could make an effort to fix Suzuha's time machine, so that Suzuha can get us an IBM 5100 from 1975, is the whole goal here. So, we want to try and complete Suzuha's time machine before CERN comes to try and kill us. So we'll see what happens. While I wait for the ringing in my ears to subside, I check the date and time on my phone screen. August 11th, 2:21 p.m. Alright, now I have 2 more days. As a matter of fact, I leapt twice. First to 2 p.m. on the 13th, when the time machine was completed. From there, I leapt an additional 48 hours to 2 p.m. on the 11th. It was my first consecutive leap, but it seems to have gone well. I immediately head downstairs to see Suzuha. I'm relieved to see that her hand isn't burned. When I explain the situation, Suzuha races to Radicon to confirm my story. After she realizes I'm telling the truth, I take her back to the lab and have her repeat the same explanation she gave us before I time leaped. We come to the conclusion that all we can do right now is try our best to repair Suzuha's time machine. Let's go take a look. Daru's unusually enthusiastic. I guess Suzuha's talk of attractor fields and divergence and correcting history's mistakes got his blood pumping. Hold on, everyone. Mary stops us as we're about to leave the lab. Guys, aren't we forgetting something? Like what? What about Suzuha-san's dad? Oh, right. I thought Suzuha was lying about that. But when I turn to her, she looks away. That doesn't matter now, does it? It does too. I mean, it'll take time to fix the time machine, won't it? We should help Suzuha-san find her dad in the time machine. Or in the meantime. Right? But when I show reluctance, what happens? Mayuri puffs out her cheeks. Don't be like that, Okarin. You have to keep your promise. What promise? We promised, remember? We said we'd all look after look for Suzuha's dad, or Suzuha-san's dad. We convinced her to stay by promising to help her look for her father. Yeah, I remember. I know Suzuha-san has a mission and stuff, but I think she also came because she really wanted to meet her dad. Maybe she wants to make that happen. If Mayuri feels that strongly about it, there's no way I can refuse. Shina Mayuri, you're such a nice girl. Suzuha sniffles. You're right. I thought I could find him if I came to this town. I know he was in Akibara in 2010. So your father's real? Of course he is. At this age, he's probably still young and cool. His name is Beryl Taito, right? Yeah, that's right. Oh, wow. A foreigner? No, I'm pretty sure he's Japanese. Beryl Taito is his code name in the Resistance. I don't think he's using it yet. So that's why Suzuha calls herself John Taito. I don't know his real name. Some daughter, huh? So it's not me. I'm gonna rule myself out, like, immediately. Because I'm a terrorist. Suzuha looks like she's about to cry for an instant, but quickly covers it with a bitter smile. It could be Daru. It could be Daru. He died before he could tell me. Hearing that, I realize how hellish the world she came from must be. What about your surname, Amane? That was my mother's maiden name. So, you have no leads. Leads. Oh, there is one thing. Suzuha claps her hands together and starts patting her pockets. After a few seconds, she reaches into one and pulls out a pin. I've seen Suzuha fiddling with it before. It's just a regular pin. The kind you stick on your hat or bag. There's something written on it. Oshim curse word A. This belonged to my dad. A memento. Was that an L or is it a 1? Google it, Daru. Oh, it's 7010 or 7010. Huh. Daru runs a search, but it only gets incomprehensible 4 insights. He was here in Akiba, so I think we can exclude the 4 insights. Okay, got it. He narrows down the search to Japanese sites. But even then, none of the results look relevant. Nothing. But this has to be some kind of hint. With Suzuha's permission, I take a picture of the pin. Okay. All in favor of helping Suzuha-san find her dad? I want to argue that there's no time for that, but Mayori's right when she says that a time machine won't be ready for a while. So I guess there's no harm in letting her have her way. I really think that Kurisu should just work on the time loop machine, because we're not going to have it if she doesn't work on it. After all, there's no point in running, not even with 2 days head start. Even if I dragged Mayori to the ends of the earth, we wouldn't be able to escape her death. I know that now. No objections. Thanks, Okarin. Daru raises his hand in agreement. So does Kurisu. So it's decided. We'll help Suzuha find her father. Except for Kurisu should not be raising her hand. I want to be clear that my mission to 1975 comes first. That was my dad's final wish, after all. So, if we still haven't found him by the time repairs are complete, I think we should give up. Is that okay? Are you sure? If we still haven't found him by then, it just wasn't meant to be. It's a relief to hear Suzuha say that. So, where do we start? The pin is our only hint. We'll hit every store in Akiba that sells things like this. Maybe someone will know where it came from. What kind of stores? Akiba is full of niche stores where you can find strange and cool accessories, not in this timeline. Wasn't that the old timeline? This timeline there's just electronics. It's hard to sneak into Radikan in the daytime. There isn't a crowd out front like before, but the pedestrian traffic remains constant. It takes us about 30 minutes to find us a way in. Kurisu is back at the lab work. Thank you for covering bases. Oh, I love it. Great. Good. It needs to be complete by 2 p.m. on the 13th. If she's late, it could affect my ability to time leap, which would lower my chances of saving Mayori. Speaking of Mayori, she's wandered off somewhere in search of Suzuha's father. How does it look? I called the Daru, who's examining the flooded satellite. I mean, the time machine, while Suzuha and I keep lookout. Daru calls out of the time machine. I keep calling it a time, it's just machine. He's covered in sweat, and his breathing is heavy. We quickly help pull his huge body out. The time machine is completely visible from the street. If someone were to see us up here, they might report us to the police. It's been 2 weeks since the satellite appeared, but Akiba still has tourists who come just to see it. We need to take care not to be noticed. It's so freaking hot in here, in there. It's worse than a sauna. Spend too much time in there and I'll turn into Daru jerky. By the way, it's not going to fall or anything, right? The time machine has balanced precariously on the ledge, but the police have hooked it up with support wires, so Daru probably has nothing to worry about. Why are we keeping it here? It makes no sense why the police would do that. You would just take it down out of the building. Like, it makes no sense. It can be fixed? Well, I still don't know for sure, but there is one thing I noticed just now. It's built like the phone. It's built kind of like the phone wave. That means there's a chance, right? I said I'm not sure. I need to poke around some more. Daru, super hacker. Everything depends on your skills now. You are the super hacker who will save the world. In 2036, people will worship you instead of Kurisu, and the mother of the time machine. It's hacker. How many times do I have to tell you? Anyway, you have 2 days. Do whatever it takes, Daru. I placed my hand on Daru's shoulder and looked straight into his eyes. You are our only hope. No promises, man. And why 2 days? Well, because that's when Mayuri will die. But I can't say that. In 2 days, the weather conditions will be perfect for creating the ring singularity. If we miss that window, we won't have another chance until the next year. Nice excuse, Suzuha. Precisely. Fix it in 2 days? That's just nuts. But if you do, you'll earn the right to date with Ferris. Can you fix it? No problem. Great. Now I just need to figure out how I'm going to convince Ferris. Last time we talked to Ferris, I think she was like pretty sickly, right? She was really sickly, actually. She was like, I'm not feeling too well. I'm going to die, I think. Or something like that. What was the... I'm pretty sure it won't be there when I check my phone, or if I try to check my phone. Let's just check. I'm pretty sure the last message... the last message that I was sending to Ferris... What was Shining Finger talking? Huh. Yeah, it's not there as usual. Whenever I want to check an email, it's just gone from the shit. We're searching for something with the cryptic logo as this mysterious pin. Honestly, I didn't think it would be this difficult. Akiba has plenty of niche stores, but they're all for electronic goods and PC parts. They aren't selling that many, or selling accessories like Suzuha's pin. We checked nearly everyone that we can find, but come up empty-handed. None of the store employees have any idea where it came from, either. We even check nearby neighborhoods like Yano or Asaka or Akusa. Nothing. Suzuha and I returned to the lab with heavy parts. Welcome back. Kurisu emerges from the development room to greet us. She's alone. From the looks on your faces, I guess you didn't find anything? Where's Daru? He hasn't come back yet. It's already dark, so maybe he went straight home? It's too dark to work at Radicon right now. We can't use lights, because that would be too conspicuous to the people below. Mayuri isn't around. Is she making progress in the search for Suzuha's father? I feel bad. There's no time for this. It's not for you. We're doing it to save Mayuri. Yeah. I start up Daru's computer and search for the net communities of people who collect unique pins. I'll investigate tomorrow based on the information I find. There's a pin collecting group on a site called Fey Para, where everyone shows off their collections. I post there asking for information. Huh. I'm sleeping on the couch when a loud alarm rings in my ears. Is it CERN? I jump up to see Kurisu and Suzuha. Kurisu is holding her phone. That's the source of the sound.
Good morning.
Good morning. Did I oversleep? Her sour expression says it's not good at all. I wish she'd put herself in my shoes to see what it's like to be woken up suddenly like that. I check the time on my phone. It's just before 7 a.m. Well, that's early. You came to wake me up. Thanks. I didn't do it for you. I asked her to wake you up, Okabe Rintaro. There's something I want to show you. Hey! That looks familiar. I realize that there's a strange object sitting on the table in front of me. What's this? A divergence meter. The numbers indicate the divergence value of the current world line. The meter displays 0.33%. It's 0.33%, let's be real. 0.34 if you're being picky. Divergence is measured from my original world line, which corresponds to 0. You made this? No. I brought it with me from 2036. Those are Nixie tubes, right? Whoever made this has taste. I'd happily dub it Future Gadget number 9. How exactly does it work? It shouldn't be possible to measure changes like that. Suzuha shrugs. I don't know either. You don't know? Can you guess who made it? How should I know? You did. Okuberintero? Yeah, that makes sense. It does. It makes complete sense. It looks exactly like my vision that I do whenever I diverge by myself. You made it 11 years from now. It apparently works the same way as your special power does. Huh. So this meter lets other people check world line divergence. I wish. I'm pretty sure only Okuberintero would notice if the number changed. What? Then there's no point. Make something useful for once, Okube. I ignore Kudasu's complaints and look at the meter again. This is something I made. 15 years have passed since I completed it. 11 years will pass before I complete it. It's a strange feeling. Only the person who made it knows how it works. Wait 11 years. I'm sure they'll figure it out by then. Have you met me in the future? She did say I was an infamous terrorist in 2036. For some reason, Suzuha's expression darkens momentarily. No. Never. Oh. So, why are you showing me this? When the meter reads over 1%, you've made it to the beta world line. 1%? Right. Reach 1% divergence and you'll save Shina Mayori. I stare at the glowing red numbers. They don't budge. Just another 0.6%. It seems so easy. But there are 6 digits after the decimal point, and no tens place. What does that mean? Something tells me it won't be as easy as it looks. You can have it. There's no point in me carrying it around. I hope you'll find a use for it. So, okay. So that thing measures the divergence from her world line, which is the main world line, supposedly, of the alpha world line. How do they know that they're in the main world line? How do they know that they're at the 0%? I guess I would know because I'm Okuberintero. Also, if I exist in the future, doesn't that... Oh, well, no. No, because this is the dimension that I don't do shit. Got it. My destinations run the Gamma. My destinations run the gamma from otaku stores packed with anime goods to souvenir shops full of Olympic memorabilia. I even visit a few that specialize in locally manufactured goods. But although I hit just about every kind of store that could be considered niche, I'm unable to find anything that resembles Suzuha's pin. Maybe I should go all the way to Inky Blue or Nakano. I start heading back to the lab, but just then, a street vendor catches my eye. The storekeeper is a foreigner, covered in tattoos. The table next to him is covered with accessories and other fashion items. This is the first time I've seen such a stylish street stand in Akiba. Most vendors just sell random junk. It's not like I have anything to lose, so I walk over and check out the selection. Among the various accessories, I see a number of metal pins. What a coincidence. Could he have a pin like Suzuha's? I don't see the OSHM **A 710 or 7010 logo on any of the displayed accessories, but I'd better ask just to be sure. He's a foreigner, so maybe I should use English? Our eyes meet. His eyes are bright and blue as the sky. I quickly look away. Damn, he must think I'm a coward. Better get this over with.
Hey, master! I am mad scientist. So cool! Son of a bitch!
Son of a bitch! Son of a bitch! That's funny shit, dude.
Hi, 何ですか?
Can I help you? Son of a bitch! That's funny shit, dude. That's what I'm gonna do from now on. Just be like, so cool, son of a bitch. He smiles a wide, toothy smile. Nice teeth and answers in Japanese. I was hoping for more of a reaction. I have a question, if you don't mind. I take the photocopy of Suzuha's pin out of my pocket. Does this look familiar? The man stares at it for a while, then shrugs and shakes his head in an exaggerated manner of typical Westerners. I want to know where it came from. Can you help me find out? Remember. Sorry, it's a little difficult. He sounds like a foreigner. What is he saying? I'm not even Japanese, it sounds foreign. By the way, why does he speak in half English, half Japanese? Is that what people do? By the way, where'd you get this thing? That's what I want to know. I'll compensate you. I'm sorry. He apologizes in broken Japanese. It looks like this is another dead end. Just in case, I give him my contact information and ask him to get in touch if he finds out anything. Then I turn to leave. Suzuha's standing a short distance away. She's holding a drink. It's my favorite. Dr. P... No, wait, that's cola. Sup? Want a drink? I accept the offer, and quench my thirst while leaning on a roadside fence. Last time I saw her, Suzuha was on her way to Kanda to continue the search. How long has she been standing there? Anything? Nope. So, what was with your English back there? It sounded dumb. So cool. That wasn't the funny part. The funny part was the son of a bitch. Is that standard English in this era? Of course not. Oh, so it's Okabe Rintaro original. There's no overseas travel in my time, so I wouldn't know. No overseas travel? What, you mean at all? Pretty much. Travel permits are hard to get. They'd never issue one for a vacation. I'd never seen a foreigner before coming to this time. So in the future, no one is allowed to leave Japan? What about the other countries? Japan was like that a few centuries ago too, when the Togawa shogunate closed the country to the west. It sounds like CERN set international relations back hundreds of years. Perhaps that's why there's no war in Suzuha's time. It's hard for conflicts to emerge when races and cultures can't interact. It sounds like kind of like prison with invisible walls, guarded by CERN and the Committee of 300. I mean, ending war is obviously a good thing, but what happens with other countries, though? That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, there's no point in thinking about the distant future now. We need to come up with a new plan. The sunlight beats on my head, making it hard to think. I feel like I'm standing in a sauna. Why does the sun hate me so much? Shining in the center of the sky like he owns the damn place. Okay. Damn it. Why can't we find any information on that pin? I suppose there's no skin off my back if we don't find Suzuha's father. As long as Daru fixes the time machine, nothing else matters. So, why do I feel so bad about my lack of progress? I really don't know. Maybe I'm just frustrated by my own powerlessness. can't save Mayuri. I can't fix Suzuha's time machine. I can't even help Kurusu with the time leave upgrade. So what am I good for? The only thing I can do is help Suzuha find her father. Maybe the pin is newer than we think. Maybe it hasn't been made yet. Suzuha stretches, then looks at me with a calm smile. Maybe I'm not meant to meet him. I mean, we've tried everything and still no sign. It's just not in the cards, I guess. I feel a surge of anger at her words. Here I am, stewing in self-loathing, and she acts like it doesn't matter? How can you give up? We still have one more day. Why are you getting mad? Everyone's fighting for you. Don't you get it? Me? I want to prioritize Mayuri over everything else. But you're still a lab man, a friend. And when a friend's in trouble, you want to help them. That's how Mayuri felt, and I agree. That's why I'm searching. So how dare you be the first to give up? You don't have to yell. Don't disappoint me like this. I tell myself to calm down. This is just my own feelings of importance boiling over. There's no time for this. I'm sorry, but maybe you should think about how I feel. I realize that we have an audience. Some pedestrians are grinning at us, like they think we are a bickering couple or something. I take a deep breath. You're right, I shouldn't have said that. It's too awkward to make eye contact, so I look around pretending to think. Alright, what next? I wonder how the lab mems are progressing. I'm especially concerned about Daru. Depending on the situation, he might need some relief. He's been working in that heat for hours, so we should bring him something cold to drink. And then there's Mayuri. She's been working alone, trying to find information on Suzuha's father. If I close my eyes, I can still recall her deaths, in every detail. I resist the urge to pound my head against the wall. Although we still have over 24 hours before that happens, I can't help but worry about leaving her alone. But currently, all I can do is search for that pin. We decided to try Inky Blue as our last stop for today. Oh no. So I wonder if, like, I don't know. I'm not going to say anything because we might find her father here. It would be nice to visit home, but if we don't have the time, and besides, Suzuha's with me. Our search turns up nothing. As the evening wears on without a single lead, Suzuha and I go quieter and quieter. We're exhausted from walking, and we can't shake the feeling that all our efforts are futile. This isn't good. By the way, I try stirring up conversation. I should get her to talk about the future. After all, she is a time traveler. This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance. I remember how shocked Kurusu was to learn that she only lives to be 44. And I was told that I become a terrorist. Am I really famous in 2036? As a terrorist? Oh. So, what did I do to be called a terrorist? You rebelled against CERN. You're actually one of the founding members of the Resistance, just like my dad. I helped found the Resistance? I guess it makes sense given what we're going through now. Suzuha is from the future in this world line where Mayuri is doomed to die and CERN forces Kurusu to build a time machine. In such a future, how could I not rebel against CERN? Rebellion against the system, destruction of order, a new age of chaos. Weren't those my ambitions as a mad scientist? How stupid. Stupid? How can I still be chasing some Chunibyo fantasy when I couldn't even save Mayuri? You're fighting to free humanity. I think it's a noble cause. Suzuha is a part of the resistance I form. Does that mean she's my subordinate in the future?
俺はどんな男だった？
What sort of man am I? Suzuha's expression darkens.
だから
I
私は会ったこと
said
ない
we
って
never
言った
met.
でしょ
Remember?
そうだったか。
Never? Never.
君はさ
You were
セルに
killed by CERN
殺されたの
in 2025.
2025年に
Wow, that's not... It's like, what, 20-something? Jesus. I was killed by the same people who killed Mayori. They had no reservations about murdering an innocent girl. I doubt they would hesitate to kill a terrorist.
もっと早く教えとくべき
Maybe
だったかも
I should have told you sooner.
わかるでしょ
Understand, if you don't change the future, you're gonna die
君
in
はあと
15
15年で
years.
死んじゃう椎名真由里も助から
Shine
ない
Mayori will die, you will die, and Makase Kurusu will be a slave to CERN.
無理やりセルに
It
協力
ends
させられ
badly
て
for every lab mem.
ダルは
What about Daru?
と
I don't remember hearing about
聞
him.
いたことないの
I've heard legends about a wizard-class
ウィザー
hacker,
ド
though.
級ハッカーそもそも
Though,
ウィザード級
I
ってどう
don't
いう意味
understand
な
what
の
wizard
か
class
知らない
means in
け
the
ど
first place. Wizard class. I coined that term. I can imagine Daru slowly insinuating himself into every corner of the internet until he becomes a godlike virtual presence that not even CERN can comprehend.
とにかくさ
Anyway, I don't want that to happen to you guys. I think Daru's Taitor. I think Daru's Beryl Taitor. He has to be.
だからなおさら
There's one more reason I need to find an IBM 5100 and
未
change
来
the
を変え
future.
なきゃこの時代に来るまでは
Until I came to this time, you guys were just stories, history. But
今では
now you're my friends.
仲間なんとかしたいんだ
I want to save you.
助かる。
Appreciated.
お前はこれからも
You are a lab mem,
永遠に
now
ラボ弁だ。
and forevermore.
サン
Thanks. Assistant, are you sure that I can finish the time leap in a day, or time leap machine in a day? We still haven't found the lifter substitute, remember? I can't complete the upgrade without it. But it occurs to me that I forgot to tell her about the 42-inch CRT. Our lifter is the 42-inch CRT downstairs. The electrical discharge phenomenon occurs when it is turned on, so don't worry about it. Just finish the upgrade. I reply and decide to keep searching for the pin with Suzuha just a bit longer. Time is quickly running out. Is there anything more that we can do? I think it's Daru. Yeah, this was like on top of here. And like like orange sparks were flying up. I moved it. I moved the shit. I keep doing that. How does that happen? How do you move shit while you're not even in the shit? Alright, that works out. It's still early evening, but the roof of Radicon is still hotter than hell. When I provide Daru with the refreshing gift of a Dr. P, a frown appears on his sweaty face. You're supposed to give me an ice-cold, 0-calorie cola. Common sense, man. I forgot he's a cola guy. No sense letting it go to waste. I drink the Dr. P myself. Daru and Suzuha start discussing the time machine. Mayuri and I watch from a short distance away.
ねえねえオカリ
Hey,
あの
Okarin,
人工
isn't it amazing that a satellite was a time
タイムマ
machine?
シンだって
Yeah,
そうだ。
I guess so. I thought Taitor's time machine was a car, a 1970s Chevy. It never even occurred to me to suspect the satellite. It did, to me. You should know when you saw, like, I don't know. I guess not. I don't know. Should know better than to take anything for granted. In retrospect, the satellite was suspicious from the start. Not only had it appeared out of nowhere, but Taitor only started posting afterwards. I'm disappointed for myself for not realizing the connection.
ビルに突き刺さっちゃって
I'm glad Suza-san wasn't hurt in the crash.
無事でよかった
I doubt it was anything like a crash. It probably just appeared there, displacing the wall, which then collapsed around it. After all, the time machine isn't self-propelled. It doesn't fly.
あれって操作が
I heard it's really hard to drive.
だって
I guess she heard that from Suzuha.
重力うんたら
If the gravitational whatchamacallit coordinates are just a teensy bit off, the whole time machine becomes a jelly man and goes bloop.
ゼリーマンしかもね
And she even said that her time machine's unstable since it's not a CERN model. I'm worried about her trip to 1975. Do you think I should go with her? I wonder if I'd fix it.
お前が一緒に行って
What would you do in 1975?
決まってるよ
I'd cheer Suzu-san on, of course. I'd hold her hand super tight and tell her that everything's gonna be okay.
マユシーが一緒だから
Something tells me that won't be much help.
大丈夫だよねえねえお
Hey Okanin, do you think the time machine has a name?
名前か
A name? That's the least of what I want to know about the time machine. Time permitting, I'd like to spend a whole day picking Suzuha's brain. I'm pretty sure John Taitor's time machine had a model number. But the Taitor from 2000 might not have been Suzuha. There was no Taitor in 2000 on this world line after all. Although, I suppose it's possible that Suzuha will drop by 2000 after traveling to 1975.
気になるならタイタ
If
ンに直接
you want to know, just ask Taitor.
そう
Oh yeah, maybe she didn't think of that.
マユシーうっかりしてたよ
Mayuri giggles and then runs off to talk to Suzuha. She comes back quickly.
名前
Yep,
あっ
it has a name.
どんな名前だったんだ
What is it?
FG204
FG204. Something something, she said. Something something.
っていうかね
Anyway, don't you think Daru-kun and Suzu-san are a good match?
は
Huh? Mary's jumping all over the place today. I look at Daru and Suzuha again.
あお似合い
How do you figure? Daru's all about ferrets, you know?
ダルはそもそも
Oh, really? She tilts her head to the side. Good grief. Mayuri and I aren't of any use. I would prefer to leave Daru and Suzuha to it and resume the search for Suzuha's father, but Mayuri seems happy just sitting right here. We don't have any leads on the pin or its owner. Maybe 2 days just aren't enough. Now that's quitter's talk. Like I told Suzuha, I don't want to give this up. Besides, even if we don't get the information we need this time, I can still use the time loop machine to repeat these 2 days until we do.
そういえばマユリ
Oh yeah, Mayuri, what happened to your costumes? It's only a few more days till Komyuma. I remember Mayuri pulling all-nighters to get her costume done. Has that changed? Hmm? I already made 2 costumes. One for Kade-chan and one for Fubuki-chan.
楓ちゃんと
3着目はルカ子に来てもらうためのものだったか
Weren't you thinking of making a third one for Lukaku? Yeah, I was, but I couldn't convince her, so I gave up this time.
納得できなかったねえね
Hey,
えマユシー
can maybe you should take a closer look at the time
もっと
machine?
よく
ダルたちの邪魔はする
Just
な
don't get in their way. Okie dokie. Mayuri beams happily, then runs over to the time machine. She's acting like this is a field trip. Behind her, the sun glows dark and orange on the horizon. It's quite a view from up here. After a few minutes, watching the sunset in silence, I realize Suzuha is standing behind me, or beside me. She must have come over as Mayuri left. Our shadows are...
足
Aww.
が至るってすごいねタイムマシンさ特艦工
What was this? What does it say? Our shadows are long
事
and
とはい
murky.
えうまくすると明日に
Hashida Ituru's amazing. He said if things go well, he should have the time machine fixed by tomorrow.
ダルの実力は
He's a man who gets things done.
見た目は不節制そう
And
で冴
he
えない感
looks
じなのにね
he looks so unhealthy and slow.
見た目で判断する
Don't judge a book by its cover.
考えを改める
I have a better impression of him now.
あのさ
Hey,
今言わないと
there's something I want to say,
逃しちゃいそう
and
だから
I feel like I'll never get another chance.
ななんだ
Why so melodramatic?
私さ
I'm
君たち
really
に
grateful to you.
本当に感謝してるんだ
All of you.
初めてこの時代に来た時
When I came to this time, I didn't know anyone. I was alone in a world completely different from my own.
戦ってばっかりだこの時代の方が
This era is so peaceful.
平和なのにさ
It's a wonderful thing. But
なんだか
it scared me.
私にとっては
all I knew was the fight against
怖か
CERN.
ったでもさ
But now I have friends. Real friends.
自分の
Who I can share my secrets with.
私が生まれる前に生きている
All these people who lived before I was born are working so hard for my sake.
それって
It's a strange feeling, but a happy one too.
その気持ちは
I wanted you to know that.
だから
Suzu's tone is wistful. Why? I try to speak, but she continues before I can.
この時代に来ることができて
Living with you guys in this time,
同じ時間を過ご
it's
す
been really fun.
っていうか君たち
When I
みんな
meet you,
揃いも揃って
you were all so strange and unique and over the top.
いろいろと
Or when I met you. I was kind of shocked at first, actually.
いつの間にか
But before I knew it, I started to enjoy spending time with you.
楽しくな2036年は
2036 is peaceful too.
とても平和で
People don't fight anymore. Did you know that?
知るわけがない。
How could I? I'm not even alive in 2036, right?
2036年
Oh, right. Sorry.
とにかくさ
Anyway,
喧嘩
people don't
しかで
fight,
きない
ever, about
およ
anything.
そ争いって名の
All
付くも
forms
の
of conflict, war included, have vanished. Poof, without a trace.
その代わり
Instead,
みんな
everyone has dead eyes, like fish.
誰も覇気がなくて
No one has ambition. Nobody
誰か
dreams.
足は
They just trudge through their lives without a single complaint.
笑いはするけど
Oh, sure, people smile, but they never get angry or sad.
個性なんて
There's no individuality. Everyone's a robot.
この前
You got really mad at me before.
すごく怒ってた
Remember?
あの時さ
I was really surprised, but at the same time,
すごくショック
I was
だ
really happy.
変なやつだな。
You're a strange girl.
確かに
I guess so. Suzuha looks at the time machine. Daru and Mayuri are standing next to it, talking cheerfully about something or another.
君のラボに出入りしてるみんなは
You're all so bright and full of life. I envy you.
すごく椎名まゆりの
Shine Mayuri,
橋田伊藤
Hashira Itaru, even Makase Kurusu.
クリス
And, of course, you.
それに
何をバカな。
Don't be ridiculous. There's nothing even enviable about me. I'm worthless. I can't even save Mayuri.
私も
I want to be more like you.
みんなと一緒になりたいって思っ
俺からすれば、
If you ask me,
お前こそすごい。
you're the amazing one.
そう言ってもらえると
I'm
嬉しいかも
happy to hear you say that.
こうして頑張れてるのも
It's thanks to you that I'm still going strong.
ほんのちょっとでも
Being a lab mem, even if it's just for a little while, was great.
よかった
She smiles. A soft, sad smile that tears my heart, or tears at my heart. What does it mean?
ほんのちょっとの間でも
Being with you guys, even just for a little while,
君たちと一緒に
was great.
スーズは
Suzuha.
岡部倫太郎
Change the future, Okabe Rintaro. Make it a world like this one,
未来
where people can be free.
どうしたんだ。
Hey, come on, why are you being so sentimental?
感傷的なのだ。
Does she not want to go to 1975? But, I mean, she's got a time machine, so can't she just come back afterwards? Even as I think it, I realize how wrong I am. Of course. When Suzuha completes her mission and brings us the IBN 5100, the world line will change. The future will be rewritten, and the 2336 she knows will cease to exist. To hear her describe it, the future is an awful place. But even so, it was her home. She has friends there. I'm sure comrades in arms, and memories of her father, Beryl Titor. And all of that will be lost to her forever. No wonder she's getting sentimental.
タイムマシンが治ったら、
After we fix the time machine, let's have a
ま
party.
た盛大に。
Thank you
Thanks. And yet, she's still smiling, that sorrowful smile. All right. Afterwards, I hit the streets again in search of the pin. I'm gonna end the episode here. We're at 44 minutes. This is a good stopping point. We're about to fix the time machine, so it's gonna be an interesting episode here. We're also searching for her father still, and we might find him here. I don't know. When she goes, so it might get this straight. When she goes back to 1975, gives us or makes sure that we get an IBN 5100, which she did on another world line, which is why it was at Yanabayashi Shrine. Oh shit! But wait, so I'm confused. Time travel, man. Holy f, dude. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, hit the like button. I really appreciate it. And subscribe if you feel necessary. I hope you guys are having the best rest of your day. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.